Hello, welcome to YPP TV. I'm Tara Jones, your personal finance coach and educator. Today I'm just jumping on quickly to let you know that on Thursday, last week Thursday, it was released that the Equifax credit bureau was hacked. And the data between, I think, mid-May through June of this year for, most people was obtained by hackers. And that, we should be watching our credit reports and our credit, anything that's opened in our name for the next couple of years, which is true. But also there's a lot of fear around it. And I wanted to kind of minimize that fear and then give you 3 tips on how to continue to monitor, your credit report so that you can identify any identity theft issues early and get it resolved. So number 1, is to monitor your report, preferably once a month. You can use sites like Credit Sesame or Credit Karma, things like that. They're free. They won't hurt your credit score. They won't hurt your credit report. You can pull it once a month, but make sure once a year you use annualcreditreport.com because that's your official credit report. That's the site to obtain it. So make sure you use that once a year. You get one free from there a year. If you want to invest, I think it's about $15 to $20. You can do that once every quarter, which is what I do. I do once every quarter. Pull it from there, and then again, one time I get it for free, 3 other times I have to pay for it, but that's the official credit report. So there might be some things Credit Karma and Credit Sesame and things like that, those free sites does not catch. So it's always good to go to the annualcreditreport.com. So number 1 is to monitor your credit score and your credit report on a monthly basis. If you see fluctuations up and down, you need to run your credit report to see if somebody's applying for something or trying to open up a card or a loan or anything in your name. Number 2 is to apply or purchase a credit monitoring service. So one that I suggest is Experian Credit Monitoring Service, and it's $4.99 a month for the first month, and then after that it's $24.99 a month. And basically what that is, they work on the back end. You set up credit alerts, you let them know, you work with them on what it is that you're doing with your credit report. If they see something else that's different, if they see somebody open up something in your name, including yourself, let's say if you open up a credit card or if you open up or if you apply for a mortgage loan, they're going to contact you and say, hey, did you open this up? And if you did, you could say yes, and they'll proceed, they'll allow it to go through. If they don't, they have credit agents who will fight for you on your behalf. That's what you're paying on $25 a month to not only get the monitoring, but they will fight on your behalf and call around and dispute things and get things moved off your credit report and identify identity theft on your behalf. So that's good. If you buy a credit report, a credit monitoring service, make sure they have credit agents that work on your behalf, because that can get really tricky and it can get very time consuming to try to fight identity theft on your own. Number 3 is to put a credit freeze. So if you don't want to do a credit monitoring service, which also offers a credit freeze to say, hey, I'm not going to be using my credit report, my credit for anything else. I'm not opening up any lines of credit anytime soon. Just put a freeze on my credit, right? Put a freeze on everything. That is a good way, if you know you're not going to be using your credit for your credit monitoring service, to say, okay, she's not using anything anytime soon. If we see something come through, we know that's not her. But you can also go to each credit bureau and get a credit freeze. So that's step number 3. You can pay for just a credit freeze from the top 3 credit bureaus, which is Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, and just say, hey, I'm not going to be using my credit anytime soon or any more lines of credit. If you see anything else come through, alert me. Put a freeze on my account. Then that way, if any identity theft, any identity thieves, that's what I'm trying to say, if there's any identity thieves out there that try to apply for something in your name, they'll immediately get rejected. It'll immediately get disapproved. So that's another thing. But also, if you forget that you are on a credit freeze and you try to apply for something, it may get unapproved. So that's kind of like the last resort. The credit freeze is like the last resort. But those are your 3 options. Monitor your credit monthly on your own. Number 2, hire a credit reporting or credit monitoring agency that has live agents to help you through the process if you ever are a victim of identity theft. And number 3, call the 3 credit bureaus and get a credit freeze on yourself. Okay? And remember, we are abundant-minded individuals, so we don't move in the spirit of fear. God didn't give us a spirit of fear, one just of power and sound mind. So all you have to do is just be aware. Whenever you see issues like this in the media, they try to hype you up and get you fearful and fill you with fear, and you don't have to be. Just be more aware and raise your level of consciousness. And also drop any comments or questions that you have. If you have any more questions regarding this on what you should do, and I definitely will answer them. But just move with awareness, but never in fear. Okay, thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye.